Welcome to Modern Motoring. Let's do a night drive in the 2025 Kia Carnival minivan. And it's refreshed for this model year, so some different things. And 2025 also sees the introduction of a hybrid offering. Let's start with the illumination of the cabin. Right now, it is on level 100, which is very, very bright. And let's bring it all the way down to 1. And it gets fairly dim, and there's a little ding there. I think there's far too many selections between 1 and 100. I think they would have been much better off with 1 to 10, maybe 1 to 20. Let's go somewhere in the middle. Let's go 65, because why not? So the housing is the same size for all three trims of the hybrid. It's 12 inches here and 12 inches there. But on the base trim, you get that little 4.2-inch TFT. And, well, good, not great. But the other two trims, the EX and the SX Plus, and I'm in the SX Plus, you get the full 12-inch instrument cluster, and again, everybody gets the 12-inch infotainment system. So full screen, wireless Apple CarPlay here. Let's get something with a little bit of color. I don't know why Spotify's been acting up. Sometimes the artwork shows, sometimes it doesn't. So again, you can see it's fairly bright in here. Let's touch on the cluster. Let's start there. Everything's easy to see, no big issues with squinting. Fonts are nice and clean and crisp, even in darker conditions. And yes, I know there's the illumination between 1 and 100, but it's still easy to see. This does have the blind view monitor, so I'm not sure how well it's going to show up on this night camera, but if you don't know what the blind view monitor is, there's a camera beneath the left and right side mirrors. Put your left signal on, the camera underneath the left one activates in your cluster. Same thing if you put the right signal on, the camera underneath the right side mirror activates there. So let's keep going with our left-hand turn. And let's move over to the infotainment system. So I'm gonna quickly pull over because there's a little bit to show you here. So that's what we have again, full screen Apple CarPlay. You can change the ambient lights in here. So let's go to Kia and let's go to our setup. Let's go to vehicle. Let's go to lights and let's go to ambient lighting. So you can change the intensity of it as well. Let's go back there. So this one is 1 to 10. That's kind of nice. And you're looking at the ambient light just beneath the four-way flashers here. And I'm going to keep it on 10 for an example. And there are a few built-in colors themselves. So there's a version of red, there's a yellow, there's a purple. But if you want something different than that, there is a color wheel and you can just go around and pick the color you want. Let's go with, I don't know, purple or whatever that color is. So it's along the dash panel here and it's on the small pieces, but they're still on the door. So let's get out of that and that and that. And let's just go home and back to Apple CarPlay. Actually, while we're here, let's take a look at the backup camera. So SX Plus gets the 360 cam, so that's what that view is over to the right. Your regular backup camera takes up the majority of the screen. There is a 3D camera here, which is pretty cool. Not new for the industry, and definitely a premium / luxury thing. But it's nice to see it here on a very large vehicle, and I think that 360 cam will come in handy. Let's take a quick look at the HVAC / media panel. Not new for the Kia brand, but new to the Kia Carnival. So in the HVAC settings, well, all of your HVAC controls are here. I don't like it that the font is pretty small. You can still see it, but your eyes are coming off the road for a couple of seconds too long as you play around with it. Yes, you can set it to auto, but I don't know. I wish it was a little larger on the font size, and 2, I wish there were a few more physical buttons. You hit that arrow up and you go to media, and that gets you your home, map, search, seek, track, media button itself, and your setup. I do want to show you a pretty cool thing here. I got to pull over again for it. I feel I'll be stopped more than I am starting or in motion for this. So again, media panel, I'm going to hit the start button, and I've pre-programmed it for the camera that's between the first and second row. So if you got younger kids or whoever it is back there, you want to just keep an eye on them or take a quick glance, see if they're slouching or whatever it is. It's an easy way to do it. It looks a little grainy now at night, but during the day, it is such a crisp image. You have simple, which is the squares / blocks, and it's not new for Kia. They've had these before. Actually, it was Hyundai that had it before, I think. Anyway, so you have style A, style B, Style C, pretty standard stuff. And then you go to Circle, which is your traditional look. Style C, Style B, and Style A. Everything is EDC to C. However, if you do pick the Circle, because this is a fully round steering wheel instead of being squared off at the top a little bit, you do, or you can lose a little bit of what you see from the top quarter-ish of the speedometer. But here in the SX Plus, there's a head-up display. But if you don't want to use the dial and you want to have full access to your speedometer at all times, just hit the simple button, which is your digital readout, no needles, no dials at all. And that's the workaround for that. I'm gonna quickly pop the dome light on. So that's what we're looking at here. So again, you have your 12-inch infotainment system, you got your ambient light, you got your media/HVAC panel, you got your wireless charging tray down here, and the lights on the steering wheel for the controls, very easy to see, very easy to maneuver. No issues, no guesswork. That's going to wrap it up for the night drive for the 2025 Kia Carnival. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to engage in respectful conversations online. I invite you to join our social media platforms. I thank you, I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.